In the last few hours, there's been news of an attack. I don't know if it's in the synagogue or near the synagogue in Manchester. Police have spoken saying that they believe the individual that was behind it has been shot dead. As far as they're aware, but they can't confirm it. And the Prime Minister has cut short his trip. I think he was in Denmark. He's coming back early to host a meeting about this, to speak about it. And of course, we don't want things like this happening to anybody of anybody's worship place, whether synagogue, mosque, church, gurdwara, or anything else, or to anybody generally. But one thing I would like to say before I speak about the main topic is all of a sudden they're giving protection and security and whatever else outside synagogues across the UK as far as I'm aware, which is positive and it's good. But why can't they do this for mosques? And now is the time to highlight similarities because of the current genocide. And we've seen the march, the far-right thugs who pretended it's about Britain and then they said so many things anti-Islam. And we've seen attacks where's the security for all mosques. Like this attack has put security on all synagogues, which is fine and it's good. One of the Muslim things, if one mosque has an incident, we might speak about it and that's it. Why can't you just all of a sudden give security to all mosques? Also, the highlight is Yom Kippur. And as far as I'm aware, to my limited knowledge, that's the Day of Atonement for Jewish people. As far as I'm aware, they ask for forgiveness from God and stuff like from their sins and stuff like this. So the enemies of humanity who try to portray that they are bringing Jewish values is atonement, continuing genocide and attacking ships that are bringing aid, humanitarian trip. Is that what you do on the Day of Atonement? And we've seen other Jewish people, they're speaking about this, what's happening and why is Israel doing this, and many of them they're saying they wouldn't ordinarily speak about this, but for themselves, because it's the Day of Atonement, they feel like they have to speak about it. So they can say all they like about Yom Kippur and the Day of Atonement. Is this how you celebrate it and commemorate it, by continuing genocide, murdering people and stopping aid coming into the country, into Gaza? And I'm going to finish with the statement of the English-speaking Hanafi Faqih of the UK, Ustad al-Ulama Allama Dr. Shaykh Muftī Monawwar Ateeq. He has said, "Ugly act carried out by coward perpetrators of evil in North Manchester this morning. I urge the local Muslim community, especially our congregation of Anwarul Haramain Jami Masjid, Manchester, to show kindness and support to the elderly. There is no justification for taking innocent non-combatant civilian lives. Please do not share speculative and false news either, and do not become prey of propaganda." And the key point that I'd like to highlight, there is no justification for taking innocent non-combatant civilian lives. Two aspects. Even in jihad, we do not do that. And all of a sudden people are scared of jihad for some reason, but they're okay with military action like what Israel is doing. Even in jihad, even when Muslims use military, and if they follow the Sharia, we have a lot more morals than many of, and probably everybody else. And innocent people are not attacked. Even the enemies who surrender, they are not attacked. Places of worship are not attacked, and so many trees are not harmed and stuff like this. But what do we see the enemies of humanity doing? And the key point is, if you're not in combat and you're a civilian, yes. If you're in combat and you're not a civilian, then you cannot tell us, why are you harming them? Like people try to tell Muslims how to do and how to behave. Our way of military, if you follow the Sharia, is much more civilized than many that we've seen over the last centuries. And I highlight that because the Sheikh doesn't say, and he rightfully doesn't say, he mentions these people, though if you're not in combat and you're a civilian, then don't attack them. But I was showing that if it's the opposite and we're in combat and you are not a civilian and you are attacking us, then why should we all of a sudden show mercy to you? And I'm going to keep saying what I said. One thing, the trip from wherever the Prime Minister wasn't cut short because a British citizen is on that ship and the enemies of humanity are stopping aid getting in. It was cut short for this incident, fair enough, but wasn't the first incident of what the enemies of humanity doing serious enough. And secondly, I'm going to keep saying this, it's a day of atonement for them, and many Jewish people are speaking about what's happening to those ships because they feel like they have to because of the Day of Atonement, whilst the other people who claim to follow Judaism on the Day of Atonement, what are they doing? They're continuing murdering people and stopping aid getting in, and that's all you need to know.